All right, good morning everyone. Thank you for joining once again. This is Dan here at Dan Scott Traders Hub. As usual, you guys know the drill. It is a Friday. This is the last day of the week, and we're almost closing the month. We still have about 4 days remaining to close the month. As usual, you guys know the drill. So we'll be getting into that. Of course, next week we'll be closing the month. I think it's closing on Tuesday. And that's how we'll be closing the month. All right, I see Julius is already on. Good morning, Julius. How are you? And the rest of you guys will be joining us later, even after the stream ends. You are welcome. All right, as usual, you know the drill. We get into the prayer and get started. All right, let's pray. Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your goodness. Thank you that we're back here on this channel, ready to make this money again. Thank you for yesterday's profits, and thank you that we're back here and you're going to give us even greater success than yesterday's success. We give you praise. We love you. As we trade today, may you grant us your knowledge and wisdom to get to understand the market structures, the market insights, and we'll be able to see and be able to get signals that we can take advantage of to make this money. We give you praise. We love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right. The usual drill, you know, guys, it's the crash 500. We start with it and then get into it. All right. So yesterday's crash. Okay. All right. So let's go to yesterday. Yesterday we wanted a pullback here, so that we can enter the buy. It did not give us the pullback, so I couldn't even trade it. I was in other trades, so I left it around when it failed to give me this. And you can see it went all the way where we wanted to get our profit. So now I can delete this. Where I wanted to, where the profit, the target was. Remember that was the move there, and then it here it failed to reach here. That was on Wednesday. It failed to reach this order block. It went all the way back to retest in that level, in this level actually. So it did that. Then yesterday it came, sold all the way up to the order block, or to the support currently that we wanted in the first place. Then the buy started. It bought without any pullback that we wanted actually yesterday. So it bought all the way back to where? All the way back to it was looking for this level right here. It was looking for that level. So bought all the way back to that level, and now it has started to sell again. But is that sell something that we can work with? I want to see this line. What is that line? Delete it. You want to see this. That was a change of character level. Now it has given us this pullback, so this we can delete. We wanted now this sell to come around and break this level. Are we going to see it? Are we going to see it? I don't think so. Oh, we may actually. So we want sells, so let me delete that. Let me now draw the trend line here, right about there. Trend line there. So that tells me the sell should be on. Even though we are seeing a signal to buy on CCI down here. So if I go to H1, if I go to H1, first delete this trend line. If I go to H1, then I will see this other trend line. In fact, let me do it on H4. I'll see this other trend line, just like that. This will be the other trend line down below. And this will tell us that this has to continue with sales. This move right here is what we need to see after to give us this kind of a breakout. So let's go to H1. So we are seeing certain pullback. Yeah, are we going to see a fake breakout to first come here according to H1, or it's nothing that we will see? So let's look at. All right, so it seems we will see probably a fake breakout. I don't know why. So let's now try to use price action according to M15. That will be the change of character right there. According to M15, trying to push for more buys. You can see from the CCI signal that we are getting down here. All right, so come to M30. Is that liquidity left back here? M30, it was giving us a change of character here. So here it's not a change of character according to M30. It means it's looking for a lower high here to later continue selling. That is according to M30. According to H1, we are still in a sell. So in as much as M15 is looking for buys, we will not look for buys. We will wait for M15 to get ready to start selling, and that's when we will sell. So for now, no business with this asset, but we've already known that we are in a sell. So it has to get some momentum that it will come with. Probably it's gonna go fast back up there, and then it will come with enough momentum to probably break this support level right here, and then we will see it take us all the way back to this trend line, and probably then it goes back up again. So that is what we are seeing currently. So hold on, don't do anything right now in as much in regards to buys. You have to look for sells. So now I can't enter a sell, reason being price is not below my 10 MA, and clearly the signal here is still looking for some buys on M15. Let me go to M5. Yeah, even M5 says still some buys, so probably we can wait for it to reach there. So for now, I have no business with this asset. So that is the anticipation there. I don't know what this is, so I have to delete it. So that is the anticipation there, so we can't do anything. Let's now wait. Boom 1,000. Boom 1,000. We made money there yesterday. I remember telling you we wait for a buy. I think it was even on M1. So let's look at it. So this is boom 1,000. Now let's go to yesterday, according to M5 yesterday. So yesterday, this is where we were yesterday, right here in that structure. So let's go to M1. So M1 was here. We were looking for Yes, this is where we were. So we had our limit order activated here, and then the buy came through, the spikes that I was talking about, those who remember. So it was an unfortunate thing that I failed to put my stop loss in profits, and it came and took me out after some good time. This was some good profit. This spike to go back to that trend line there, it was some good profit for me to take actually, but I kept on holding, wanting more. Yeah, wanting more, because I had told you, this is what I told you. I told you this being like asymmetrical, it can easily first go up there to grab some more liquidity and then continue to sell, but it was not the case. It kept playing here, praying here. When it broke this level right here, when it broke this order block, remember I told you when it breaks this order block on M5, you close manually the buys and then you look for sells. That's what happened. So it broke this. Before it actually broke this, I mistakenly entered a sell and it was taken out that on that level. Then when it broke here, I entered the sells, and that's how I made the money to recover that loss yesterday. But I believe you guys had already made this money here, this signal here, which I had already shown you yesterday as we were trading. But I came in with a sell that I took and hit the target right there and moved out with profits even after recovering that loss. So right about now, let's look at today. So remove the history, remove all this, all that, and all that. So that was a pennant, and I mean pennant actually, and that is how it happened. The sell came through, hit the target there. So apparently price, this is still being a strong support. Price is still being rejected on this very support. Now what is happening? Remember, so H1 is saying we are oversold. H1, we are oversold, meaning buys should be coming in. However, H4 is looking for sells. Daily time frame is also looking for sells, but it cannot sell like that, so it's gonna first go up according to H1, and hopefully, remember the anticipation I told you, that if price comes back to that level, then we will have ourselves a heads and shoulder. We will have a heads and shoulder to bring us all the way here. That will be the target. This will be the head, the target right there, and that will be where we will be anticipating our target to be, just below this support. Is it a support? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is a support. It was a resistance, now it is a support. So just below that. So that is how I'm gonna be anticipating. So now that we know that, let's remove this. This is a support, so we need buys according to H1. How about M30? Yes, buys. Buys should be coming in, and we are likely to enter these buys. So let's go to H1. Is it, I mean M15 is, are we ready to enter this buy? Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? think we were supposed to enter. The sells, the buys right there. Okay, this is one of those that you can risk and have your stop loss all the way down below here. The new H4, let's first look at the current H4, how it is. Okay, showing some rejection. That is the current H4. It has about 9 minutes to close. So should we wait for these 9 minutes? I feel like we can't wait actually for these 9 minutes. Let's wait for these 9 minutes. Price may want to come back to this level and give us the entry. So for now, I will hold on to make that entry for the buy. But like I've told you, the buy that we are looking for is the buy to come and give us the right shoulder of this heads and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, this will be the right shoulder, and that is our head, and that is how we'll be anticipating the sell from that right shoulder, if it gives us a signal when it comes there. And we have about like 70% of this to actually be exactly what we are looking at, according to what we have down here. That is our neckline right there. That is our neckline. It's very clean right there. It's the equal lows right there. You can see equal lows down here. That should be giving us also the equal shoulders right there to push us for the sell. So for now, yeah, I'm gonna hold on and wait and see if I can make this move, the buy to push me there, and then later I sell it. Enough of boom 1000. Let's now talk about boom 500. Now all these that I'm talking about, I told you guys I have them in the course. I teach all these chart patterns in the course when I'm teaching students. So if you want to be part of it, then you have to register for the October class and get to learn all these strategies that I use when I'm analyzing. I don't use one strategy, I use multiple so that I don't miss out on some moves. Alright, so yesterday we made money again, just like usual, on boom 500. So this was the move there. I told you about that move. So let's look at it on M15. Drag this here. So that was a pennant, just like actually boom 1000. It was almost the same moves. So I entered that sell. I entered the sell there. That hit the target, and then we wanted buys from this level. So after that I entered the buys, and later for this one I remembered to break even. So I broke even and price came and took me out, and then looked for stop losses of those who were still holding their buy trade down below here. Once it got that momentum from the stop losses, it pushed for buys, and look at that, it hit the target right there for the buys. I could not, after taking me out, I didn't trade again on this asset, but I should have again joined when it broke this level. When it broke that level, I should have joined when it broke that level. That should have been my entry right here, right there. That should have been my entry to make that buy to continue after. So I missed that. So right about now we can talk about today. So do I need this? No. Do I need that? No. This? No. So we wanted that once it reaches there on those highs, we come in with a sell, but we saw that it actually continued with a buy continue with the buy, but with low momentum, which means anytime from now we will see a reversal. So now that we know that, let's now look at today. Let's look at today. First, remove all that, remove all this, and let's remove history. The plan is still on to get to here. That is still the plan, to get to here. We so far seen it come 50%. Yeah. So we have that as our support down below here. And now we want to look at H1. Let's go to weird. All right, so H1 we are overbought. H4 we've just reached overbought, so apparently we can call this a break of structure right there. So we have to wait, because here there's gonna be a low momentum. We're going to see a low momentum right there. Why? Why? Because of what we are seeing, because of the rejection. You can see the rejection up and the rejection down, so that tells you that there's gonna be a low momentum from that level, here. So now let's go to daily. We're already looking for sales, so apparently we cannot look for anything other than sales. Even weekly needs sales. So now H1 wants sales, H4 wants sales. So what is holding us? M30, yeah, probably, and M15. So all we need now is a rejection, a reversal on H1 to enter this sell. So if I have a reversal signal on H1, that will be enough for me to make this entry of the sales. So apparently that's what I'm gonna look for. That's what I will look for. So for now, no business. I will hold on until further notice. Let's have this here. Let's have that there. Maybe some good Am I missing something? It's so weird. Wait a minute. What am I missing? Let's see if I do this. Where am I headed to? Okay, so it may continue with the buys. Somehow this is crazy. This is crazy. It is actually likely to continue with some buys. Wow. It's actually likely to continue with buys. from the structure that we see. This structure most of the times it reflects continuation of the previous trend. This is a previous trend which was a buy. So most of the times this, unless if it breaks out here and gives you a fake breakout down below here and then comes again with the buys, unless it does something like this, yeah, but most of the times it actually follows this move right there and continues with the buy. So that is what I am looking at. The buy is going to continue. So for this case, no business of this asset now, because I see M5 is likely to come here and give me another buy entry. Is likely to come here and give me another buy entry to push probably to that trend line, to come to this trend line. Yeah. So having seen this, I can go to M1 and wait for this move. So it's gonna come here and then the buy will come through. So for now I will wait for it. That one I will wait for it. V25S, Vol25-1S. Excuse me. So yesterday, fake breakout there, that's what we wanted, and then we come with a sell. Rather, we did not see that, so it continued with a buy. So apparently it has reached where? No, it's still buying, even though we see it has reached that retracement level in H4. Can be ideal. Can we use that? I think we can. So all we need is gonna be a reversal according to H1. So for now, no business with this asset. We need sales from there. Then we can continue with buys. But it is very easy for this market to actually come looking for this move, and then it goes all the way there, gets into that level that we wanted to be our TP level. So this I delete, go to H4. Once it goes there, that means it will immediately get us into sales, and this fair value gap will no longer be valid, will no longer be of any use. It will actually go through it. Alright, so for now, just wait, because now it's gonna buy and push us all the way back up. It's going to buy and push us all the way back up. So it's going to buy and push us all the way back up, probably to where? Probably to there. Probably to there or to here. So for now, I will go with the longest one, because this market is very weird. It can come here, give you a higher low, and then takes this higher high off and gives us a new higher high up there. So for now, I will go for looking for a new higher high if it breaks this level right there. Alright, that's it. No business here. Can I enter on H1? I mean on M5? No, I can wait on M1 actually and make that entry. Where can I make this entry? According to M1, this will be the ideal level right about here. All this level down here is gonna be ideal for me to make this entry. It's gonna be ideal for me to make this entry. So I will wait for price to be in here, and then the buy is gonna come from this level. The buy is gonna come from this level. That's it. Let's now head over to V75. Yesterday I told you guys, so you made this money. Remember I told you our entry was on H1 and H4? You remember? So we entered there, and I told you it has to come there. You can see where I had my limit, where I had my line, that it has to come there. Then we start the buys from there, and it did actually do exactly that. So congrats to everyone that made that money. That was the perfect entry that we entered. We had our stop losses above here. You can see price never came back to that. So that was the move there. It was according to H1 and H4. It hit our target and then gave us a reversal signal, gave us a change of character right there, and even tested that line immediately. So it means it's not coming back. It is only going to come back to look for the breaker block, something like that, because according to H1, I mean M15, that will be a break of structure right there. You can see that. So that is what is going to happen. That is what is going to happen. So congrats to those that made money on V75. Let's move history off. Delete all these now. Delete all these. M15 is somehow overbought, same as M5, same as M1. So so we are going to wait, because it's likely to do this. It's likely to come all the way here to that OB where this momentum started from. It's likely to come there. So for now I won't do anything. I can only wait for the sell to come through, then I can enter that pullback sell, then later I look for the buy. All right, just to do a recap back on boom 1000, that's what I told you, that it's gonna come to this OB and it will give us the buy, and we've just missed that buy. You can see how precise it was on that very order block. That's an M5 order block, and the buy started immediately, and I have missed that, and I have missed that. So it's likely I can choose to enter now. Let me see. Yeah, I can choose to enter now actually. So I'm gonna enter boom 500 now, because if I wait I may still miss an entry. And I'm gonna put my, look at that, I've just entered and it has spiked again. So yeah, I've made that entry on boom 500, made that entry on boom 500. I've made that entry on boom 500. Now let's wait to see if we will be able to get this target all the way up there. Let's wait and see. All right, that is boom 1000, I mean, not boom 500. Boom 500, we still need it to also reach here so that we can see if we are entering some buys all the way here. So we are on V75. I told you we will wait for something like a reversal signal, probably on M5, and then get in with that kind of sell pullback to this order block, which is H1 or B, where the market where this buy momentum started from. So for now I will just hold on. J50. J50, yesterday we were looking for this kind of move. Let me go to M15. We wanted this. We knew the buy was going to continue, or it gives us a fake breakout down below. It did not give us a fake breakout. In fact, it continued. So I was supposed to enter when it made this retest after giving us a break of structure. This would have been my entry there, so I did not enter that because I was already in other assets, so I could not risk what I had already made, so I did not trade it, that buy to continue. And now we are seeing something new. Excuse me. So let's go to H1. What are we seeing? So remember, we've been in a buy and we're still looking for buys. But H4 is still looking for sells, same as daily time frame. How about weekly? Yeah, weekly is also now apparently overbought, so we are going to generally be looking for sells. Now, according to H1, we still looking for some pullback. We are not yet ready to actually enter some sells according to H1, so the buy is still on. The buy move on H1 is still on. The buy move on H1 is still on. The buy move on H1 is still on. That means I'm not going to be risking anything. I may not trade this asset at all. But if it gives me an entry down here, why not? Then I will enter. Let me go to M15. Yes, I will enter it if it gives me a good entry point. Then I will enter it and anticipate a buy to come to these levels. Remember, we have these two levels, this one here or that one up there, to be our level to give us sells. So for now, no business at all. I have to wait for buys down below here on M15. Perfect. That's enough on J50. Let's now go to J25. The jumps, they are currently in a weird state, most of them. So let's look at J25. This changed what we wanted, and I could not enter it. Remember, we knew this was happening, but we wanted buys here, so the buys started there, but they were short-lived, so it refused. There was still rejection coming in from sellers. They ended up giving us a break of structure right there. So apparently we don't need all this. We don't need all this. So it kept playing around there, consolidating, not deciding, until it changed from giving us buys to actually now continuing with sells. So let's see, let's try to see what caused this. Let's go to H4. H4 is oversold still, but we have a break of structure. We have a break of structure. We have a break of structure on H4, even on daily time frame. That is where we saw a break of structure, on the daily time frame. So what does that tell us? That tells us that In as much as CCI, RSI, they are showing us we are oversold, it doesn't matter. As long as we are having break of structure, there's nothing we can do. We follow price action ultimately is what matters. So we cannot use any strategy to overrule what price action shows. Price action is what matters, and price action tells us that we have a break of structure. That means we can only continue looking for buys, looking for sells than buys, because that's what price action is showing us. But that doesn't rule out the fact that this is still anticipated on this very order block. We are still anticipating this kind of a pullback. It hasn't broken it. Until it breaks it, then this move is not valid. Until price breaks this OB, then this move will still be valid. If it breaks it, then we will look for buys down here. Buys to continue, sells to continue, not buys anymore, because we know we are in a downtrend, of course, according to weekly, daily, and whatever, but we cannot do that until price breaks this level. If it breaks it, then the better, then we continue sales. If it fails to break it, then we will anticipate this pullback to give us a lower high up there, and then we come in with sales again. So having said that, I'm not going to trade this asset until further notice, until I get either a breakout on that order block or a reversal signal again on this level. J10, did I enter any sell? No, not really. It's been, oh yes, yesterday I entered sales. I made a loss. Yes, my limit orders were activated, so let's look at them. So that was a loss here, there. So we had limit orders here and there, so they were activated on that trend line, and then we were in profits for some like hours, yeah, like an hour, like about 2 hours, then until it broke out, and you can see my stop loss were taken out, and this I had pulled this stop loss all the way down here, and that was also taken out, and that's how I lost that. Yeah, it was rejected right here. It kept on being rejected there, and I was unable to see that in time until I saw that it had broken out and taken me out. Alright, so that is how that went. So now we have a breakout on this support, and you know what that means, that sales continued. So now that we know that sales continued, they came to this OB and the trend line there. They came to the OB and the trend line, meaning we are currently going to be seeing oversold according to H4. Remember, daily is still looking for buys. Daily time frame is still having momentum of buys. We still need to look for buys. It doesn't have the momentum, but according to what we are seeing, we are likely to see buys. We are likely to see buys later. We are likely to see buys later. But that tells me that I'm likely to continue selling today, or to consolidate actually. Yeah, I'm likely to keep consolidating the whole of today, and then later tomorrow probably we get in with buys. So for now, I'm not going to focus on this asset at all. There's some rejection coming in from this order block, but it's not enough. That's why H4 is not yet oversold, but if H4 gets oversold, that will be telling us that it's time to look for buys. So till then, no business on J10. Let's wrap it up with gold and we call it a day. Gold, so before we go to gold, I want to see, I've missed that also. This is a buy entry on boom 500. Look at that, same as boom 1000, just like I told you on that order block. The buy has started immediately and I have just missed that entry. Can I enter now? Is it tricky? It's quite tricky. Yeah. Yeah, I cannot enter now. Should have entered there, but from what I'm seeing, I may not enter now. Let me go to M1. Yeah, I may not enter now. Let me leave this asset alone. I'm still in that, and you can see boom 1000. Look at that beauty. We have a breakout there. Congrats to anyone who joined me on this buy move, and the money is now on. You can even break even now. You can even break even and enjoy the money. Enjoy that money. All right, so we've missed that. We've missed that entry, but I'm not going to force it now. I'll just leave it. Let's go to gold and wrap it up. So gold, yesterday we did not focus on it because we knew this move was going to happen, the buy. So it kept on playing here, and this is yesterday. This was yesterday. It kept up again, tried to push for buys, but it was not moving that much. It had a low momentum, so these are not necessary. I don't know why I still have them. These are not necessary. Even that, delete all that. We are going to remain with this one. This move is still on, but the market is slow. The market is slow, but we are likely to make this entry today. It's a pennant, is it? That's a pennant. That means we are going to be looking for this move right there, and this will be bringing us there. So can we enter? According to H1 you can, but our M15 is not really something. Is we missed the entry when it came to this fair value gap. We missed that entry here. This was our perfect entry for the buy. For the buy, that was our perfect entry for the buy move. It's going to break out. If it fails to break out, then we will likely get another entry, but it's likely to break out now that it grabbed this liquidity all the way here. So it's a no-go for me now. I don't want to mess up. It's a no-go for me. It's a no-go for me. We delete all these here, make this chart clean. Yeah, the buy is on. The buy is on, but it has a low momentum, weird momentum. It's just crazy. If you're a risk taker and you can afford to have your stop loss all the way here, then you do that and make the buy entry now if you're a risk taker. But I'm not going to risk that much. This is a lot on gold. From there to here, that is a lot. being H1, so I'm not going to risk this. But you guys, some of you may be having enough account to actually risk this much. So if you can, then you can go ahead and have your stop loss here and hold your buy, because it's likely not to come back again since it grabbed that liquidity that we've just seen on M5. So it's likely to break out and continue, and this would be your target right there. This would be your target right there, but I'm not going to enter this now. All right, that's it for today. Let me wish you guys a good day. But before we go, let's do a recap and we call it a day. So we started with crash 500, and we wanted a pullback there. Then we continue with sales, but now it has come all the way down here, and it's continuing to sell. Look at that, it's actually going to break. So if it breaks, then you can actually enter and trade this short sell move to reach this level if you can. If you cannot, then you can wait for the buys when it gets down here for that pullback again back to that trend line. So you know the drill, this is likely to happen. A boom 1000, we have already entered. We have a buy entry there, just like I told you again. So it was supposed to be a sniper entry right here, but because we are not on it, by the time it reached it, we missed it, and had not put a buy limit there to wait for the trend, for the market to reach it. So right about now, this breakout has reached a resistance level right there. So are we going to see it break it? We are likely not. We are likely to see it or not, but let's wait. I've already broken even. You guys, depending on your lot size that you used, you should be in some good money. Yeah, this move there and that should be enough. You can even move out, because that is you don't want to lose out on what the market has already given you. You can move out and wait. If it makes a pullback, then you enter again, or hold like me and break even. Put your stop loss in profits, meaning if price comes down, knowing that it will not take what you have already secured in profits. Boom 500, same thing that happened here. I was supposed to enter here, but I missed, and look at that now, it has gone all the way up, and that is now what we have missed. It was supposed to be another entry for us to make this money on boom 500, on boom 500. So it's likely not to come back, but if it does come back probably to this level, that could be your other entry on M1. This would be the breaker block level. This would be like the breaker block. All right, that's it on boom 500. Let's now go to VIS 25S. This is a no-go for us. The buys are likely to continue, and that's why we have this anticipation of a buy to reach all the way back there. So now what are we waiting for? M1 to give us an entry. So for this, no business. This M1 can give a breakout. Once price breaks this level, then you'll be knowing that sales are continuing. We will not see the pullback, but we have to wait. We have to be patient. V75, we need a pullback here, then you can enter clean money buys. J50, we have to be patient. We are going to continue with buys, but we may first see price reach back to this trend line, so just be patient. This one is a no-go for me. This is J25. it's a no-go for me until I either see a breakout down here or I see a reversal probably on H1 for the buys, a reversal signal for the buys. So until then, no business with this asset. J10 is also a no-go. We have to wait for a breakout here or a pullback, a reversal signal to give us a pullback probably on H1. So until then, this is a no-go for me also. And lastly is gold. I've told you, if you are one of the risk takers and you have enough capital, then you can enter your buys here and have your stop loss all the way down here. It will be a big stop loss, but it may hold up and push buys to reach all the way there. Take that money and call it a day. You need your TP right there and you move out. So that's it for today. I hope you guys had a great time. Remember, we'll be having a BTC analysis at 10 minutes past 1 today, just like we had one on Tuesday. So we'll be looking into BTC today at 10 minutes past 1 p.m. East African time. And then of course, I've told you Tuesday we'll be finishing our month, and of course the 1st of October is gonna be, I believe, a Wednesday. So we'll be starting the classes then. So if you want to join the mentorship class, then you can join. And of course, if you want to also register for the VIP signals, then you can also do that. Yeah, you can also do that. I think that's it for today. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you on Monday. Bye bye.